Good afternoon, students. In this video, we shall revise the concept that we studied in the previous academic year, that is in class 6. The chapter is light, shadows and reflection. So let us just rewind the concepts that we studied in this particular chapter. Light, shadows and reflections. In this particular chapter, we studied about the objects that emit their own light. Now, what such objects are called as? They are called as luminous objects. Luminous objects are those which emit their own light. Next, we also studied about transparent, opaque and translucent objects. What is meant by transparent object? The object through which we can see clearly is said to be transparent object. And what about opaque? Opaque object is the one through which we cannot see clearly. Translucent object are those through which we can see, but we cannot see that clear. Okay? There are few objects through which we can see but not clearly. Such objects are said to be translucent. We usually see our shadows on the wall when you pass nearby the wall, or sometimes when you walk on the road you can see your shadow. Now, how these shadows are formed? A shadow is formed only when an opaque object comes in the path of the light. Now you know that opaque objects are those that do not allow the light to pass through them, right? Our body is also an opaque. So when you pass near the wall or when you walk on the road, you can see your shadow. And remember, a shadow is obtained only on a screen. We also did few activities like looking through a pipe which is straight, and also looking through a pipe which is a bit tilted and which is a little away from the candle. So, in this particular activity, we came to know that the light always travels along a straight line. Through a bent pipe, you could not see a candle, but when you just wave the candle by using a straight pipe, you can make out that the light travels only in a straight path and not in a bent path. Next, we studied about mirrors and reflections. So we all use mirrors at home, right? Why do we use these mirrors? We use them to see our own face. So what does these mirrors do? They reflect. They reflect the object which are in front of them. Here they showed few other activities which explains how the mirror reflects a beam of light. See activity 7, which is conducted in a dark room where 3 of the friends conduct this particular activity using a mirror. look at the picture there. One of the student, he is standing perpendicular to the mirror holding the torch, and the other one is standing towards the right side of that girl. So when he just switch on the torch, how the light reflects from the mirror, they have shown that. So in this activity they have told how the mirror reflects a beam of light. Activity 8. In activity 8, they have used the comb, and then they have also used a mirror. They have fixed a mirror to the thermocol sheet, and on the thermocol sheet they have placed a comb. When you just switch on the torch in front of this comb, you will see how the mirror reflects the shadow of the comb. See, in this picture it is clear. The shadow is actually in other direction, but after reflection, it is traveling in another particular direction. So light traveling in a straight line and getting reflected from a mirror, they have shown that. So in this chapter we studied that opaque objects, they do not allow the light to pass through them. Transparent objects allow light to pass through them, and we can see through these objects very clearly. Translucent objects, they allow the light to pass through them partially, not completely. Shadows are formed when an opaque object comes in the path of the light. So how shadows are formed? They are formed when opaque object comes in the path of the light. Next is about a pinhole camera. Pinhole camera, it can be made with the simple materials. Okay, we have done that in the last academic year. So next one is light travels in a straight line. This is important. Light always travels in a straight line. Mirror reflection gives us clear images. So mirror reflection, it gives what? Clear images. So in this chapter we studied all these concepts. So in this video we just refreshed all the learnt concepts. Thank you, students.